In 1974, farmers digging a well in Xi'an, China, stumbled upon a clay head. They had no idea they had just unearthed one of the most astonishing archaeological finds of the 20th century. This accidental discovery led to the uncovering of an entire subterranean army, a silent legion crafted to guard a long-dead emperor for all eternity. This is the story of the Terracotta Army, an underground kingdom that lay hidden for over 2,000 years. To understand this incredible discovery, we need to go back in time, to the 3rd century BC. China was not a single, unified country but a land of warring states, each vying for supremacy. Out of this chaos rose a formidable leader named Ying Zhang, the king of the Qin state. He was a brilliant military strategist and a ruthless ruler. Through a series of brutal campaigns, he conquered his rivals one by one. By 221 BC, he had vanquished all other states and unified China for the first time in its history. He declared himself Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. His reign, though short, was transformative. He standardized weights, measures, currency, and even the writing system, laying the groundwork for the Chinese civilization we know today. He also initiated massive construction projects, including the first version of what would become the Great Wall of China. But Qin Shi Huang was obsessed with one thing above all else: immortality. He dispatched expeditions in search of the legendary elixir of life and surrounded himself with alchemists and sorcerers. He wanted to rule, not just in this life, but in the next. And for an emperor of his stature, death was not an end, but a transition to another realm where he would need an administration, an entourage, and most importantly, an army. Even before he became emperor, at the young age of 13, Qin Shi Huang ordered the construction of his own mausoleum. This wasn't just a tomb, it was a sprawling, subterranean necropolis, a mirror image of his imperial capital. Ancient historian Sima Qian wrote that the tomb was a microcosm of the land he ruled, complete with rivers of mercury representing China's great waterways, and a ceiling adorned with pearls and gems to mimic the sun, moon, and stars. It was designed to be a palace for the afterlife. This monumental project involved over 700,000 laborers and artisans, working for nearly 4 decades. They built a city for the dead, a place where the emperor's spirit could continue its reign in splendor. To protect himself in this afterlife empire, Qin Shi Huang needed an army. But not just any army, he decreed the creation of a life-sized force made from terracotta, or baked clay. This was a departure from the earlier, gruesome practice of burying living soldiers, servants, and concubines with their deceased rulers. Instead, an army of clay would stand guard. Over the years, artisans crafted thousands of soldiers, each one meticulously detailed. They weren't mass-produced from a single mold. Every warrior is unique. Their faces show a range of ages, expressions, and emotions. Some look young and determined. Others appear to be seasoned, stern veterans. Their hairstyles, armor, and uniforms vary depending on their rank and military role, from infantrymen and archers to charioteers and high-ranking generals. These clay soldiers were not originally the dull, earthy color we see today. When they were first created, they were painted in vibrant hues of pink, red, green, blue, and purple, making the silent army a dazzling spectacle. The figures were armed with real weapons, including bronze swords, spears, and crossbows. The craftsmanship was so advanced that some of the swords were still sharp when unearthed millennia later. Their surfaces treated with a layer of chromium oxide, a technique only rediscovered in the 20th century. This incredible attention to detail showcases the immense skill of the Qin dynasty artisans and the sheer scale of the emperor's ambition. This wasn't just a symbolic guard, it was a fully equipped, eternally loyal fighting force, ready for battle. For over 2,200 years, this magnificent army stood silent and unseen, buried beneath the fields of Shanxi province. The memory of its existence faded into legend. Then, in the spring of 1974, a group of local farmers were digging a well to combat a drought. As they dug deeper, their shovels hit something hard. It was the head of a terracotta warrior. More fragments soon appeared. Puzzled by their discovery, they reported it to local authorities. Archaeologists were immediately dispatched to the site, and what they began to uncover exceeded everyone's wildest imagination. They had found not just a few statues, but a massive underground vault, a pit containing thousands of soldiers arranged in battle formation, facing east towards the conquered territories of the former rival states. This was just the beginning. Further excavations revealed a second and a third pit, with more warriors, cavalry, and war chariots. A fourth pit was found empty, suggesting that the project was left unfinished, likely due to the emperor's death and the subsequent collapse of his dynasty. The discovery sent shockwaves through the world of archaeology. It was hailed as one of the greatest finds in history, offering an unprecedented window into the military power and artistic achievements of the Qin dynasty. So why go to such extraordinary lengths to create this clay army? For Qin Shi Huang, the afterlife was a direct continuation of his earthly existence. He believed his soul would continue to rule, and just as he needed an army to conquer and control his empire in life, He would need one to protect him from his enemies and maintain his power in death. The terracotta soldiers weren't just statues. They were believed to be spiritual guardians, imbued with the power to defend their emperor for all eternity. The army's strategic placement, facing the direction from which his enemies had come, underscores this defensive purpose. It was the ultimate security detail, an immortal legion ensuring the first emperor's eternal reign. Today, the site of the Terracotta Army is a world-renowned museum and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The work, however, is far from over. Archaeologists are still excavating and painstakingly piecing together the broken soldiers. New technologies are allowing them to learn more about how the warriors were made and, crucially, how to preserve the fragile remnants of their original paint, which can fade within minutes of being exposed to the air. It's a delicate and ongoing process of discovery and conservation. An estimated 8,000 soldiers exist in total, along with 130 chariots and over 600 horses, but a large portion of the army remains buried, awaiting excavation. And the biggest secret of all is still untouched: the central tomb of Qin Shi Huang himself. It lies sealed within a massive, man-made pyramid-like mound about a mile away from the terracotta pits. Sima Qian's ancient accounts describe a tomb filled with unimaginable treasures and deadly traps to deter looters. Modern scientific surveys have detected unusually high levels of mercury in the soil beneath the mound, lending credibility to the stories of mercury rivers. For now, archaeologists are hesitant to excavate the main tomb, citing concerns that current technology is not advanced enough to preserve whatever treasures lie within. They want to avoid the mistakes of past excavations around the world, where priceless artifacts were damaged or destroyed upon exposure to the modern environment. The Terracotta Army remains one of the greatest archaeological discoveries ever made. It's a testament to the vision and power of one man and the incredible skill of the thousands who built his eternal empire. It's a silent, powerful reminder of China's ancient past, a story of ambition, art, and the quest for immortality. As archaeologists continue their work, we can only wonder what other secrets might still be hidden underground, waiting to be revealed. What do you think they will find inside the Emperor's tomb? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like and subscribe for more historical deep dives.